how together can we upgrade the cooperation, financial, economic cooperation with Africa, between Africa and the rest of the world. Such was the purpose of the summit last week in Paris, and we want to make sure that the international community, first of all, mobilizes in order to help Africa between now and 2025, so that we reach the 280 billions that are lacking as a result of the COVID crisis. So we will, that's the minimum, the absolute minimum. So we will issue the new special drawing rights of the IMF, and France committed to make sure that Africa gets at least 100 billion out of it, and by reallocating part of what goes to the rich countries. Next, it is about reorganizing the debts of all the countries, not just the Western countries, but also all of the other countries, shall the G20 countries reallocate, reorganize the debt, and then we also need to rethink the debts that apply to the fiscal rules with Africa. Next, something else that is at the heart of our cooperation, vaccines and health. I will not get back to everything I already said, but we want to build a very strong partnership in order to speed up the giving doses and technology transfer that will enable to step up production capacity in South Africa and in Africa, and find solutions to issues of intellectual property, which should certainly not slow down things. So we, to that effect, will take an initiative within the G7, but also, as of today, we will jointly take some initiatives to bring about some financing in order to step up the capacity of a number of African partners. My philosophy is that France is a friend of Africa. An African issue is an issue for France. But we shall all understand that one cannot deal with an issue, find any solution without respecting the sovereignty of the relevant country. And first, we need the regional solutions. So France stands ready to help, but at the request of the states, the governments, the regional institutions, and particularly within the context of the African Union.
It is on the COVID-19 that we are feeling France's keen support and solidarity in that they are prepared to take the lead, to advocate Africa's case. And let me say that, yes, France is seen as a friend of Africa. And President Macron fits into that role so well and so easily, because he'd like, yes, the entire continent to succeed. And we want to promote good relations with France on an ongoing basis. And it is for this reason that we are also willing to cooperate together on a number of forums in the world, at multilateral level, the United Nations, the G20, G7, and we also welcome the fact that France has a number of relations with a number of countries on the continent. What I do appreciate is that President Macron has demonstrated that he is willing to listen to what African leaders are saying about the challenges that we face. And he's not seeking to ride roughshod over our own views. And he respects the sovereignty of African countries. And that distinguishes him very well from others, because he listens and he takes in the message. And also want to welcome his initiative when he called a summit in Paris just 2 weeks ago, where we held a summit to discuss the financing of African economies. And at that meeting, we articulated the viewpoint that it isn't fair that your more developed economies have up to $650 billion of special drawing rights, and Africa has just been offered $33 billion. And he has taken the message in and understands where we are coming from. But I'd like to stretch him a little again. He has offered and said that maybe 100 billion would be good. As a good friend, I want to stretch him and say 25% of that 650 billion would do just nicely. It would come to 162 billion rand. So, President Macron, over dinner, you and I are going to take out our calculators and work out what I think should be the right figure. So we have support on an important issue like this, which is really going to be to the benefit of our economies on the continent. And it is good that he appreciates and understands where Africa is, and he would like to support Africa to succeed